Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kenny and as you can tell folks, it's sunny here. I hope you can tell that. It's a beautiful day, warm, maybe about 55 degrees. But today I've got a treat for you. Now, I'm talking about maybe showing you something that about 99.99% of you will have no clue what it is, and I'm sure you're looking at it right now. Now I want to show you something and ask you, do you have any clue what this thing is? Let me show you. Do you have a clue what it is? And like I said, probably about 99.99% of you don't know what it is. But you hang around and I'm going to show you what this thing is, and I'm going to tell you how old it is. Let me show you this thing. Let me step out here. I've got my hand on this thing. You can tell by probably looking at it that it is ancient. I mean, this is, let me tell you what it is. This is called an Armstrong number 2 pipe vise. That's exactly what it is. Now, you may say, what in the world is a pipe vise? I didn't know what it was until I looked at it. We found it online as to what it really is. And if you're curious how old it is, it's got the date on it right here. You can't see it, but I'm sure the camera can zoom, but I doubt if it can see it. It was patented back in December the 12th, 1882. So this thing is about 140 years old. Now I picked this thing up at a yard sale about 2.5 or 3 years ago, and I have had it in storage. But I'm just curious, is it worth anything? Now, I don't know that. And that's not to say that I'll sell it, but you never know. You never know. But this thing was used, and now it's made of cast iron. It's got all of its features here that I suppose, that right there, let me show you how it works. You unlock that, and let me show you, you can raise this thing up with this handle. Notice, it goes up. And I'm sure back in those days, it would do large and, of course, small pipes. Now look how easy it goes back down. You just simply turn it with this handle. This is a fascinating thing. It's a piece of machinery out of history, out of the past, that nobody knows anything about. I'm pretty sure there may be a few old timers out there that may actually know how they used it and what they used it for. Of course, it's a pipe vise, but in those days, what were the pipes made out of? Now that's a good question, but it's got teeth. It's got teeth here that actually held it, and it is locked down right now with this handle. It's locked down. Now under the bottom of it here, it's got its own holes that were pre-drilled back then, and you can tie this thing to a table or any other obstacle in order to keep it stabilized. That's what those holes were for. But I'm curious, like I said, you may know a little bit about these things and you may know what they may be worth. But I have no clue. But I've kept this thing all these years, which 2.5, 3 years, and I just happened to think, well, why don't you ask the YouTube family and see if they may know a little bit about it or maybe know what it's worth. And I want to say to you, if you know anything about something like this, why don't you maybe give us a comment or maybe if you want to ask a question or something about it, or you may have a suggestion or something like that. Don't hesitate to kind of do that, if you will, and let us know, and we'll get back to you. Listen, we're simple. We've not been here very long. We've not been here on YouTube very long, and actually we are just barely getting our feet wet. So unlike many of these big guys that have been on there for heaven knows how long, years and years and years, that may or may not answer your question or get back to your comment or whatever, but we will. I will answer your question or your comment. I will do that personally. So we want to hear from you in regard to this old-timey pipe vise. And let me tell you, it's a page out of history that I want to look back at and get a little information on it if I possibly might be able to do that. But if you know anything about them or know somebody that knows about them, know what they may be worth, and like I said, I don't know if I'd be interested in selling it, but for enough money, sometimes people can maybe be persuaded to change their mind and sell it. But you let me know if you maybe know what it's worth or something like that. But we wanted to share it with you and show it to you because it's a very rare thing. Now this thing, I can pick it up with one hand. It weighs about, I want to say a guess, it would probably weigh about 50 pounds, something like that. Just taking a good stab at it. But it's super solid, made of cast iron, and we're anxious to find out some information about it. So we appreciate you this afternoon for watching our videos, and if you like this, give us a thumbs up. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And as always, you have a wonderful, blessed day, and we'll talk to you later.